everyone. So the Lakers suffered a loss to the Miami Heat in which they really shouldn't have lost. You got to go get that win, right? Put your head down, get to the basket. I don't know why we're just chucking up threes when it's a 1-point game with like 2:40 left or whatever it was. It was really frustrating. But this video isn't so much about the game. This is more about just the injuries and the position that the Lakers are in. I mean, we had like 6 rotation pieces towards the end of that game. It's rough, right? Anthony Davis, he ends up going down, towards the end of the second quarter, and you just saw the sails of the Lakers just completely just lose all its wind, right? Lakers were pretty good. They were hanging in there. Started off much better than we've seen them the other previous games, and it looked like, okay, Lakers are going to be good. They're going to win this game, right? The energy's there, the effort's there, and then Anthony Davis just goes down, and it just changed the tide of the game entirely, in my opinion, right? And to the Lakers' credit, they did fight, and in all honesty, they should have won that game. They should have, right? Like, it's just, and I'm not even so much upset about the last play of the game. Look, Cam Reddish, should he have taken that last shot? No, but he was the one that went to the corner. He was wide open. LeBron kicked it out to him. He made the right play. Reddish just didn't knock down the shot. I can live with that. It's the other 5 possessions before that in which LeBron's taking threes and Reeves is taking threes and everyone's taking threes except for, hey, maybe we should put the ball down on the hardwood and get to the basket, maybe generate a foul, maybe go and, make a bucket. I don't know, right? Do something, because the threes aren't working. And Miami was doing everything they could to just keep the Lakers in the game. Now, Anthony Davis says he will be okay. It wasn't any significant injury. If you watch the game, it was like a non-contact thing. He just went up, came down, and just looked out of sorts. He kept trying to play through it, and then ultimately he couldn't. They even taped it up and stuff, and it just was bothering him. It was a growing just spasm, right? So hopefully it's something between now and the game on Wednesday. Anthony Davis can kind of work through, stretch out, get massaged out, whatever, right? Whatever it takes. We need Anthony Davis for the next game against the Houston Rockets, right? We got to start rattling off these wins, and we got to win a game on the road, right? We still have 2 more road games against the Rockets and then Friday against the Phoenix Suns, right? We can't lose both of these road games. We got to get these wins on the road. But beyond Anthony Davis, look, if Anthony Davis misses any significant time right now, the Lakers are in trouble. Like, LeBron James is already doing everything he can to carry this team. If Anthony Davis misses even a handful of games, like, the Lakers are going to be a sinking ship fast unless guys turn it around. I mean, look, I would rather our issues be early on, like in Game 7 than Game 70, right? But at some point, guys got to pick it up. But a big issue is the lack of just available players. Anthony Davis, we'll see, and we'll get an actual update, I'm sure, tomorrow. Again, as of right now, Anthony Davis, it says he will be fine, so I'm going to take his word for it. But even then, right, Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, those guys are huge for us. You're talking about one guy that can absolutely just go get buckets, defend more bigger, sizable guys. Got another guy in Jared Vanderbilt who's one of, if not the best on-ball defenders in the league. A guy that you never question his effort and energy, right, which that can be contagious. Right, a real problem that the Lakers are having is just effort and energy and hitting shots and just basically playing basketball, right? Like, and that's never good, right? When a basketball team is not doing good at playing basketball. But Jared Vanderbilt, I think, helps a lot, right? Now, he's not going to fix everything, right? That doesn't mean that, like, Jared Vanderbilt's going to come and all of a sudden Lakers are going to be, a whole new team and now all of a sudden going to be the best team in the league, but he will help a lot, right? He's going to help as far as the defense goes. He's going to help with just the efforts, the rebounding. Hopefully he can knock down some shots. He's going to impact a lot, right? Rui Hachimura as well. Hopefully Rui can be back for that Rockets game. We just got Taurean Prince back. Had a rough game, but that's kind of expected. First game back, right? He's probably going to need a game or two to kind of get in rhythm, get back in the flow of things. So hopefully Rui can come back sooner rather than later. I'd love Rui back for that Rockets game, so he kind of has a game under his belt to get back in a rhythm, so that way he's ready to go for that Suns game, because that game's going to be massive, right? That's the game that we need to win. We need to win the Rockets game too. We need to win all these games. Lakers just aren't getting it done. But we definitely need our players back. It's hard to build any kind of continuity. It's hard to kind of judge this team accordingly when you're missing half of your roster. Like literally, like the beauty of this Lakers team is like they are super deep and they can weather injuries, but like one or two, not half the team, right? There's no team in the league that can weather half their guys missing, right? It's one thing if like Vando was out and everyone was good and everyone was healthy. It's like, okay, yeah, like we should be good. We should be okay, right? But when it's Vando and Vincent and Rui and Prince and now AD, and it's like, can we catch a break here, right? Can we kind of shoo off the injury bug here a little bit? But Vando's still very likely a ways away. Rui, I mean, he could be back as soon as Wednesday. We don't know for sure, right? But based on the reports was that Taurean Prince and Rui Hachimura, or according to Darvin Ham, Rui Hachimura and Taurean Prince were supposed to be back sooner rather than later, where Vando was later rather than sooner. And so, you know, Rui Hachimura, hopefully that sooner is as soon as next game against the Houston Rockets in Houston. We need that. We need to start rattling off some road wins, because you're not winning a championship unless you can win on the road. How did the Lakers get to the conference finals? They won on the road. You need to win on the road. But also, we're missing Jackson Hayes, right? And look, Jackson Hayes, again, not a guy that's going to change the tide of the game. Like, I don't necessarily think that Jackson Hayes is the complete decider of this game, but it would have given us more size when AD went out, right? He probably could have gotten some more minutes. Maybe he could have just been a factor on the boards, the lobs. Like, maybe he does change this game, right? Maybe he does help because he's just a bigger body that is athletic and can rebound and just kind of be a role man. So that might have helped in that regard. Hopefully he's not out too long, because again, it's just another able body, right? AD, if he's back for Wednesday's game, which again, he says he'll be ready for Wednesday's game, that's good. But we need all of our guys. Gabe Vincent is still very likely 2 weeks away, minimum, from returning, right? I mean, even the report the other day was like, you know, it's going to be 2 weeks before he's reevaluated. And then even then, there's no guarantee that they're going to bring him back like that day. So again, I'd rather this early. I'd rather get rid of the injury bug and get rid of just all of the hiccups and issues and struggles. Like, I'd rather get rid of that now than, you know, now we're in game 70 and we're dealing with all these injuries. We're dealing with all these struggles. The Lakers look out of sorts. Nobody's playing the game the way that they should be playing it, right? Like, I'm hoping that this is kind of that wave that we just got to get past. We just got to get over, and then we'll be back in business. Now, I expected us to start better than what we are. We're 3-4 in the season. That's not ideal. It's not what I wanted, right? I was hoping through the first 10 games we were 6-4, which we still can be, right? If we win our next 3, then we're 6-4, which is, I said, I'd love to be 6-4, 7-3 to start the season, right? But we got to start rattling off some wins here. Got to, right? And our next, handful of games are extremely winnable. You got 3 games in which the Lakers are going to have tough, right? You got obviously the Phoenix Suns. I know we got Dallas, and then I know that there's another team that I'm blanking on right now that's coming up. The Kings. There you go. The Kings will be the ones that I think we'll have our struggles with. But talking about, we got the Rockets, you got the Blazers, you got the Grizzlies, you got the Blazers again, you got the Rockets, you got the Jazz. That's 6 games out of our next, 10 or whatever that we should win, that are very winnable, even with the injury issues, right? But we got to figure this out. We got to get through this turmoil stage. Got to start bouncing back. We need Anthony Davis, right? Anthony Davis, I know the running jokes are coming and everybody, Davis is, glass and all that stuff. One, he tried to play through it, which is great, right? Obviously, you don't want him to hurt himself even more, but that's been a big issue, right? And that's kind of my issue, with just the fandom. It's like AD gets hurt and he goes out and everyone clowns him and calls him glass and, oh, we can't rely on him. But then when he tries to play through it, he gets no credit, right? Like, at least he tried. At least he made the attempt. That's good, right? Because usually Anthony Davis just says, you know what, I'm done. But we got to start winning these close games. Got to close out these games, right? Gotta, like, to me, this Miami game was inexcusable because it was a 1-point game for like 2 minutes. All you had to do was just go get one bucket, and you couldn't do it, right? It's inexcusable. But we got to start getting our guys back. I don't know how to judge this team fully until everyone's back. Do we get Rui and Vando back and that with Prince, and that's enough and that fixes everything? Right? Because that's 3 key rotation guys that are probably going to play heavy minutes. And if somebody doesn't have, like if D'Lo doesn't have it, then now you don't have to play him as much. Right? But like right now, it's like if D'Lo's having a bad game, it's like, well, who else do we play? Like you got to stick with him. Right? So my hope is that like once guys get back and everyone's healthy and things are good health-wise, that we can start finally clicking. But we got to win these games that are winnable, right? You got to get through it, right? All teams are going to have injuries throughout the course of the season. It's part of the game of basketball. But you got to find ways to win these games. This Miami game was about as winnable of a game as it gets without actually winning the game. Got to pull that out. Got to win that game. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What do you think of the injury bug? Is it concerning? Are you kind of like, hey, at least it's happening now rather than later in the season? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. It helps me a lot, lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you.